Good morning, Mrs. Alzan. My company that I'm actually worked on is actually Nando's, and I want to start off by discussing the three new marketing mix elements, which are your people, your physical evidence, and also your process. Your people is all based on all the basically your frontline workers, the people who are actually delivering the service or offering the service to your customers. That includes your employees, your rewards, training. In Nando's, their frontline, it would be your chefs, because without the chef, there's no food. And if there's no food, then waitresses don't have any food to actually take to the table. Then we have your process. Your process, it's all the procedures that are taken in order to make the service delivery a success. They include flow of activities. It may be simple, it may be complex. In terms of Nando's, it is really simple. In terms of you get to Nando's, you get a waitress shows you where you will be seated. You order your food, eat your food, pay the bill, and then you go home. Now we have your physical evidence. Physical evidence is the environment to which they offer the service to you. In terms of Nando's, it's really a restaurant. It's all about the facilities design, which is very unique, and they use local artists. It's all about the ambient lighting. Really, it's all about the smile that the employee gives you, right? And then considering your various sources for desired and predicted service expectation, when a customer is interested in buying a certain service, they first look for information, or they take information from different sources, family, friends, our colleagues, the TV adverts, and so on. Now we have factors that influence service delivery, which is your explicit service promises. Now these are promises that are made by the organization but not by the people. For instance, Nando's promises a South African welcome and a smile to make you feel at home when you're at their restaurant. They have an Afro beat, and friendly services to add on to that, right? We have your implicit services. These are services related to cues that are inferences about what the service should be and be like, right? So now, for instance, Nando's prices, they give you an idea of a high quality service, high quality products, and so on. You have your online and offline word of mouth. These may be personal and non-personal statement made by others and not by the organization. For instance, the way Nando's markets itself on social media, especially Twitter, people usually retweet what they have twittered, because people can actually relate to what they actually talking about, and everybody talks about it. You end up sharing whatever that they have posted. It is what it is. Then you have your past experience. Past experience is based on the previous exposure of the service that is relevant to another way of shaping one's either desire or predictions. I mean, if you had a bad time in Nando's, then you're definitely not going to recommend somebody going there. But if you have a good time, then you would. I mean, again, with in terms of Nando's, it's usually, it's for the middle class, so you would offer it to your mom instead of your peers, basically. Then the importance of customer satisfaction, in all honesty, it is very, very important, because it creates a sense of fulfillment, relief, delight, ambivalence, pleasure, contentment, and we have there's different types of factors that influence your customer satisfaction. I'm going to start with product attribute and features. Product attribute and features is influenced by the the customer's evaluation of the product. Products and service features. Example, Nando's could at least, have people play Mzansi Poli, and whoever the winner is, they get a free meal of their choice. Probably, a free meal of their choice, or those who have participated also can get a free dessert. Now it also includes your customer emotions. Customer emotions, these may affect perceptions with the product and service. Specific emotions may also be the consumption experience itself. You have your attributions for success or failure. These are all the events that come as a surprise to Nando's, right? So, for instance, coronavirus came as a surprise to the nation, to be exact. And with Nando's, they decided, since it's level 4 of lockdown, they actually decided to open some of their restaurants and actually feed the hungry together with KFC and McDonald's. Perceptions of fairness, I feel like Nando's is really really fair, in terms of fair, I'm speaking, because they use local design artists basically in South Africa to actually design their restaurants, to have artworks around their restaurant, and also the kind of music that they use. It's all local Zanti artist produced. Then we have your family members and other customers. One's feeling can influence another, especially in terms of family members. I mean, if a family member uses Colgate and they say the other one, it's really Aquafresh is not good, yeah, usually there's a possibility that you're not going to use Aquafresh, right? So for instance, they could, in terms of Nando's, they could include more family meals, but at an affordable price, because I mean, family members love bragging and they're always in a way competing. So if they go to Nando's, that other one's like, yeah, you know what, I'm also gonna go to Nando's because I've been there, and so that they can have something to talk about, basically. Right. Then we have your types of new services. We have your radical innovations. Radical innovations is when an invention that blows the existing system or process and replaces it with something entirely new. For instance, I mean, Nando's, from selling chicken on a braai stand, I mean, they went from that to a whole shop and to a whole franchising. Now, startup business, it consists of new services for a market that is already being served by existing products that meet the same generic needs. For instance, from growing an actual store, from actually having an actual store to having an app or food delivered to you. Then you have your architectural innovation, which represents attempts of offering existing customers of the organization a service previously they didn't serve. I can say, for instance, your Wi-Fi may take place and have a playroom for kids, especially for those with family. And then you have your incremental innovation, which are augmentations of the existing service line. For instance, with Nando's, they can you know what, let me just not as yet. There's service improvements, which is changes in features of services that already they already offer. Basically, your style changes, they are very highly visible. Trust me, they're very highly visible innovations, and have an effect on customers' perceptions, emotions, and attitude. Now, what Nando's would actually use, I know you said one, but I think two would do. I hope I don't get. Yeah. So we have your incremental and style changes, right? That's what I chose for Nando's. This is when they actually use your different music, your different unique artworks that people make around the nation, your different designs, designers from the nation. They could have more sauces, they could have a variety of meat, and also have an app. That would really do, please. Like, just, I mean, yeah. And also be in partnership with Uber Eats or Mr. Delivery. It really works also. And then we have what's the strategic roles that really play a role in ServiceScape. Now we have a facilitator. A facilitator is how the setting actually affects the flow of activities. Is it hard? Is it easier to engage with customers, or is it hard? Easier or harder, right? Especially to accomplish the goal. So now, for instance, their website is really, really, really easy to use, easily accessible, from purchasing their products to actually getting the latest news and tweets. Right? Then we have your socializer. It helps convey expected roles, behavior, and also relationship. Right? So now with that, your surrounding, again, they can have chairs and lounges that are comfortable enough for people to stay longer so that they can buy more, by the way, so that they can, again, I like the fact that they're able to actually engage with actually customers through Twitter, respond to them in the best way possible, and still with a little bit of humor. I mean, that's Nando's at the end of the day. We have a differentiator. Differentiator is a design of the physical facility that you can differentiate a firm from its competitors. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. It's the local designers, your local artists using their artworks, and your the local music that they use in their restaurant. They can have their stores at petrol stations to actually be different. Yeah, they can also have balloons for the kids. And then you have what we call as a service culture. So now we have corporate culture. Corporate culture, which is like sharing the same values and beliefs that give the stakeholders and provide them with the roles for behavior in the organization. Now, service culture, where there is an appreciation for good, right? So now there is an appreciation for good for the service that exists, and where giving good service is internal as well, and as an ultimate, external customers is considered a natural way of life and one most important norms by everyone, right? So now the question says, explore the service culture of your chosen organization, explain your perception of it. So now they really are about uniting. They really about giving their customers the best service they could have. They about making sure that the customers feel welcome, they feel home. Even if you're a tourist, if you come and even say, hey, da'wala, I mean, they'll just give you that smile, and make sure in a way they make you feel as if you are at home. Really, their culture, it's all about working as a team to actually accomplish the end goal. So in all honesty, Nando's marketing is really, it's really unique. They have this humor about, it's how I feel like our nation is as South Africans. We find humor in the most challenging situations that we face, and that is really what's Nando's all about. If you're feeling down, just go to Nando's. I'm pretty sure the waitress will just crack a joke and you'll be fine. That's really it for me, and thank you for listening. Bye.